gentlemen, boys and girls, towers, growers and lawn mowers, welcome along to the Joe Spivey YouTube channel, where we discuss books and little else. And again, the eagle-eyed amongst you will have spotted a slight difference to proceedings this morning. We are on Monday the 11th, I do believe, and we are at the moment situated in Fawnsit graveyard, I do believe. And yeah, I'm coming to you mobile. First of all, I am proudly walking, and yeah, I've come to something of a secluded spot so as to broadcast my thoughts and feelings. You will no doubt have seen an opening montage from me. That was just myself making a coffee, pointing towards rather circumspect toys that Grand Viceroy Spivey and his partner have in the household, and very many other things. I was, what else was I doing? I was reading books, and I was showing you the length of my legs. And yeah, I am here just to discuss any small matter that might occur to me. I thought I might as well do a small vlog in these absolutely gorgeous surroundings. There we go. A more befitting picture you will not find. I know that I have been trying to convince approximately 50% of you for nearly 2 years now that I do not come from the purple of the upper middle classes, and yet here I am in Wordsworthian beauty. There is something of a pile of powder over there, but we'll miss that out. So yeah, here I am in a graveyard, believe it or not. So I am, shall we say, I don't know, I'm alone, but I'm not unvisited. That's how we might say it. So yeah, there are a few little avenues of pavement here which I might walk down. But yeah, I am, of course, I am offering very many vinegary smiles to people whom I do not know at the moment. I've been with Grand Viceroy Spivey and his partner. We've been going to see very many of their friends, very many of whom are exceptionally, superlatively, bombastically wealthy, and I don't know, there seems to be a certain character, a certain affectatious nature about these individuals, and yeah, I thought I might share my thoughts on some of them. Of course, very many of them may well be watching this video, and that would be quite unfortunate to besmirch their record. But yeah, I've been quite often sitting around makeshift campfires and, you know, taking tours of elaborate buildings and meddling about, essentially. And I have been shown another side of life. I saw another side of life at university when I was with boys of Charterhouse and other sort of old Harrovians, but every time I come up here I see another side of life yet again. I do hope you can hear me, because there is something of a wind sweeping across us, and if you can't, now would be a decent time to raise that inability. But yeah, it's been a nice couple of days, but I can't say that I've been at ease in that company. Of course, I would love to be as amiable as I am with everybody else, but my sphincter was tight, and I was myself a little phony in that I was trying to put my best foot forward. But yeah, hopefully I enamored myself to them, and if not, then I will go down in their family law as another squelching member of the proletariat. That would be nice, wouldn't it? But I'm burning by the minute, as I'm sure you can see. But here we are. We've got some gorgeous trees. I'm on a bench with commemorative poppies. We've just had Victory in Europe Day last Thursday, and the bunting still drawn over very many of the properties here. But yeah, it's unspeakably nice. It's 25. So I think the thermometer reads 20 degrees Celsius, and yet, with the humidity and the cloudlessness, we have a perceived temperature of 25 degrees Celsius, which my American friends tell me is equivalent to about 77 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's jolly hot enough. It might not be cause for concern for those of you living in Tennessee or the sort of lower depths of Florida, but here this is mighty fine. As I say, I'm getting a sort of inadvertent tan. I'm not on holiday. I'm not lounging about looking for one, but during my daily business I am unintentionally and gratefully acquiring one. So yeah, what else have I got to discuss? Obviously, I will leave the lion's share of my thoughts on Victoria Glendinning's biography of Trollope for tomorrow. I'm going to be making a 20-minute review, a video for you guys tomorrow. Hopefully this video comes out over weekend, maybe Saturday or Sunday, 5 or 6 days hence from time of recording. But yeah, so I'm not really going to talk about that. I am going to talk about maybe journaling as well. I've been recording my thoughts and indeed just the sort of administrative events of the day, milk bottles and blueberries and lifts to the garage and particular walks. I've tried not to make it too insular and introspective and too Wildian in its hurrying after wit. I've tried to make it, as I say, rather more administrative, rather more sober, and rather more factual, bullet pointing my day rather than metastasizing it into some sort of dreary sonnet, as is often the case with diarists. And quite often those diary entries are unreadable 10 or 15 years into the future. So yeah, I've been journaling, and up until now I thought that the journal would probably end when I came to Grand Viceroy Spivey's, because routines are upset and difficulties have to be surmounted, and yet unbelievably I've still managed to find 20 minutes at the end of the day to get an A4 sheet covered, which is nice. So what will I do for the, you can just see, I've just noticed, can we quite get, there is a small, oh, where's my hand going? There's a small castle here which looks rather nice. So is it a castle or is it a household? I'm not sure. I can't see because I am long-sighted, which is a deep shame. But yeah, I'll be watching the Giro d'Italia for the rest of today. I was going to ask you guys whether you like this or not, but I will not be able to consult you between now and the publishing of this video. So hopefully you don't mind 6 or 7 minutes once every few days. As I say, I didn't really know what I was going to chunter about, but I have, as usual, managed to fathom some subjects. So yeah, I'm going to continue with my walk, continue shining this dear forehead, and yeah, maybe show you more of my events, dear boy events, over the next few days. Okay, boys and girls, here we are again. Now, even though I am operating in we're 24 hours on, by the way, even though I'm operating in a sparsely populated area at the moment, it seems man, woman, child or beast can go no more than half a mile without encountering one of their fellow creatures, one of their fellow genus on this earth. And so, even though it's baking, I am carrying on with these vlogs. As I say, I may well have smudged some of the screen there with my sun cream. Maybe I have, but yeah, we're on a dusty track, which was presumably used by Peter Jackson in the in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I do feel like shouting to my fellow halflings to get off the road. But yeah, I mainly wanted to jump on to discuss Keir Starmer and his I don't know, his sort of strange, smoothly livid pronunciation, his proclamation from the stump yesterday about a nation of strangers, an island of strangers, talking about the need to rid ourselves of multiculturalism and how it might be best to how Britain might be best placed to remove immigrants from this country, which is a rather I think a rather divisive and rather frenetic way of putting it. We've got cyclists coming up our rear soon, and so we shall carry on regardless. I do feel rather demonstrative and rather I don't know, rather strange to be vlogging in this way. It is one thing to make YouTube videos on one's own, and it is quite a second to come out and take the phone public, as I'm sure many of you vloggers will agree. Quite how you do it, I do not know. I haven't the strength either in my shoulder or in my character to go about this constantly. But yeah, we do have a fellow road user. Oh. And it is customary to say hello to everyone here because there aren't quite as many of you. Of course, in the hugger-mugger of the suburban landscape of Kingston upon Hull, it would be tantamount to idiocy or madness or other such ailments to greet a fellow human being. But here that is standard practice. But yeah, Keir Starmer yesterday released a white paper. The Labour Party, capital L, capital P, released a white paper, and yeah, they are aping the rhetoric of the Reform Party, and they are announcing sweeping changes to social policy. I'm going to switch hands because it is too harsh on my right arm. But yeah, for some reason, whenever I place the camera down, and whenever I do 15 or 20-minute YouTube videos, furious YouTube videos, the words come to me with an ease. But now that I'm walking in the verdant luxury of Derbyshire, for some reason, spontaneous speech evades me, or whether that's a question of my poor interpretation of myself, or whether that is indeed some sort of frailty, some sort of inability, I do not know. But I thought it was a pretty disgusting speech made by Keir Starmer yesterday. I don't know who it is that he wants to win over, because I believe even if he were to quarter the numbers of illegal migrants or legal migrants coming into this country, I do not think that Reform voters would offer him their X, their cross at the next election. But we shall see. We're crossing over a bridge just now. I can't quite I don't think I can quite change the camera around, but I can show you if we just do that. Those are the railings, and that there is the road. But yeah, I do feel like a latter-day Joe Sugg. Any of you guys that have seen his channel will know that he spends an inordinate amount of his time with a phone pointing towards his face. But yeah, we're 4 minutes in, and already I seem to have run out of material. A strange thing to admit of, really. But yeah, I feel remarkably useless with this in my hand at the moment. But yeah, it makes for a different setting, and it varies the output, as I'm sure you'll agree. So yeah, Grand Viceroy Spivey has gone to work to do his late shift at 1 p.m. and his partner is making cold calls, as is her professional duty. And so I am, yeah, as I say, I'm killing some time amongst tweet of bird and grout of local, groan of local. And so yeah, I haven't much of an idea what it is that I wanted to say. Obviously, I wanted to complain about Starmer's speech. I wrote a Substack post yesterday, which has relaunched the platform. I recorded a 15-minute video sharing my sharing the fruits, the products of a book haul, and I've had a lunch of quiche and salad and other sweet bits, which I should have forsworn, and yet I've taken them in, and I'm now suffering the what should we say, the psychocerebral effects of that. I am metaphysically spaffed, I think it would say. But yeah, I feel as if I'm in some sort of sunlit horror film. Every crack of twig, every bustle of branch leads me to suspect foul play on nature's behalf. But yeah, we've actually gone through a very, very good series here. I've not run into anybody. I haven't felt silly whilst holding my phone in public, and so I shall probably end things here. I'm glad that I've got to you in the sun, and I'm glad that I'm glad that my shoulder hasn't yet given way, although it's about to. And then I'll continue on with my walk, maybe show you different aspects of it, and then we will reconvene tomorrow. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we are again, vlogging once more, and you join me at Rivendell, essentially. You join me on another gorgeous day. It's been 48 hours since last I contacted you, and I have to announce a new respect for vloggers. Strange though it may seem, they have of course been the butt of my jokes and have reddened my sword with their own blood over the last few months and years. I don't think I've made any I don't think I've been cautious. I don't think I've shown moral compunction when calling them greasy little sycophants for the algorithm. And yet I have learned over the last 3, 4, 5, 6 days, however long it is that I've been at this nonsense, that pulling out a camera and documenting your life, however fulsomely, however completely you do it, is difficult almost. It's strange. It doesn't occur naturally to me. I'm the type of person to leave my phone under the bed blankets for 12 hours at a time, and yet, as I say, I've been whipping out the camera. You have just seen a tour of Whaley Bridge, or not a tour of Whaley Bridge, but you've seen aspects of Whaley Bridge. You've seen the canal and the canal boats. You've seen the canal boat workers chuntering little dog, his little pup. You've seen all sorts, and yeah, it was very, very unnatural to get the phone out and to beaver away in people's faces and to show different books. I'm glad that I've done it. I'm glad that I've shown you sections of my life, but do not expect this on a monthly basis. I've enjoyed talking to you in this fashion, of course. Whenever I can embark on monologues, then I'm a much happier Spivey. But yeah, filming great things before me is not something that I delight in, which is a strange thing to know. So even if it blows up, even if we get 400 trillion views, it will not be something that I do on a monthly basis, as I say. But yeah, I'm sunning once again. I have been scorching hourly under here, and therefore I will be soon so brown that I will be the target of racial discrimination in the street. I shall be condemned as an immigrant either from Djibouti or from Algeria any day now, because I have taken to the sun. Can I point you towards the sun? Well, this is the rest of the garden. I shall try and not show you my feet, because that is the preserve of anybody who subscribes to my OnlyFans. But yeah, what else have I got to discuss with you? Again, I haven't really planned these little epilogues here. But yeah, I'm just catching up on my YouTubing, catching up on the Bulwark with Sarah Longwell and JVL and Tim Miller. I've caught up with The Rest Is Politics, Rory Stewart and Alistair Campbell. I've caught up with some of my chirpy and obstreperous booktubers. I thought we were going to get the flap of local fauna there. Maybe you saw it. There was something of a bird hanging around. But with the hot weather comes the pesky insects. So you have wasps and beetles of all variety and number, who of course would like to, I don't know, have some of your fluid and then lay their eggs by your side. It's a very strange living arrangement, but that is how we are. It is so very warm today. Did you see that pigeon? Yes, we did. There they are. Oh dear, that's quite the flap. That was very good, wasn't it? Uncoordinated. They are not paid staff members. That was as it would have happened without the blinking red light. But yeah, this is probably the last time that I will speak to you before ending the vlog. You will see me next packing. It's Thursday afternoon, and I will be returning on Saturday morning sharp to Kingston upon Hull, and therefore I will down tools and compile all of these little clips into a digestible video for you saintly subscribers. But yeah, this is the last time I will talk to you. It's been jolly nice catching up with you in a more casual manner. Norman Stanley Fletcher. But as I say, I won't be doing it too often. But yeah, I am reddening with every minute, which is very, very nice. And I shall go back to my YouTube in the living room. But yeah, stick around for the return journey home and videos of me packing, maybe.